live yet? Where is it? There we go. All right, now I just got to wait for people to file in. Okay. Go to my stream. So first of all, hello everybody. I'm joined by my friend Chris from LMG Vids. We're going to be playing some Titanic Honor and Glory. Sorry,
well, Alex doesn't be playing.
Well, yeah, but he can see what I'm doing. Sorry I'm like 10 minutes late. I was already trying to do some stuff before the stream, and then once the stream was ready to start, I wasn't ready. So hello, James. I'm just waiting for some people to kind of show up. All right. We got some people watching now. Okay. So, explore, demo. What should we do, Chris? Daytime or nighttime?
Let's start off with daytime.
Okay. First, second, or third class? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, the Titanic Honor and Glory team, they keep saying they're going to do this game. They're going to put it on Steam for everybody to see. And I saw some screenshots they took. They're making new areas for people to see, such as the, what do you call it? The turbo, is it a turbo
generator room?
It's a generator room. I don't know if it's a turbo generator room, but it's a generator room. So they've shown renderings of their generator room. They have more additions to their crew spaces and stuff like that. And yeah, so that's what they're going to be adding when they do this thing on Steam. And they're also making it more, again, I don't know the terminology, making it easier for computers to run.
Mm-hmm.
What's the terminology for that?
Optimization. They're optimizing it.
Yeah, they're optimizing it.
But by the way, we can't see the your chat can't see your face or my face.
They can't see either?
Nope.
Oh. That's weird. I know why. It's because I'm full screen on this. How did I do it before? Alright, I know. Alright, sorry, Chris. No need for your camera.
Okay.
Hold on, everybody. Let's see. No, why? It's not that. It's this. There we go.
Oh, my camera froze anyway.
Yeah, it did. Okay, hold on, everybody. Where is it? I have so many of these frickin' things on this list. I have no idea. Ah, here we go. Okay, and then I will have I would have to close out the stream, like stop the stream and reopen OBS to show my face. So, I guess that's not happening. Sorry everybody, you won't be able to see anybody's faces. Not in this stream, because I would literally have to stop the stream and restart it all over again, just so that way I could get the software to show my face. So, that's not going to happen. Where should we go, Chris?
Well, I don't know the ship that well compared to you, so.
I mean, you know like what places you want to see on it, don't you?
Yeah, I want to go to the engine room, but it's not done yet. So
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, but you don't. So you don't even know what's on the game?
I know what's on the game. I just don't know what they updated. You told me they updated it recently, but
No,
I
they
don't know
didn't.
what they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Oh,
I told you that they're working on an update.
oh, I thought the reason why we're playing is because they updated. Oh
No,
well,
no, we're playing because I was supposed to put out a video today, and then like I was working on the video, and I thought I'll have this done real fast, and then like the hours went by, and I was like, this video is not going to be done today at all. So
I see.
yeah, so I'm like, well, I got to do something because I always post videos on Fridays, and so I was like, I'll do a live stream of Titanic Honor and Glory.
Okay, well, I mean, since we're already here, we can go into the boiler room. That's something that's always interesting.
Okay. Yeah, so the video I was working on today, you guys, is a video about Queen Mary's, the maids and valets who traveled with the passengers on the Queen Mary, and that video will be out on Tuesday instead. I was working on it for today. It won't be done this weekend, so it'll have to be Tuesday. So here we are in the top part of the boiler room. We're in the crawl space that allows the heat from the boiler room to escape up through the top of the ship. Okay.
Now, as we go down further into the boiler room, do you think it'll be hotter at the bottom or hotter at the top? Hmm.
You know, honestly, I feel like it would be hotter at the bottom. And
That's where all the fire is at, right?
yeah, and because while hot air rises, you do have what's called radiating heat, and the radiating heat is like literally the heat radiation from like infrared and all that kind of stuff coming out of these furnaces. So it's the same reason why you can be a far distance from a flame, but still feel the heat on your skin. So it's the radiating heat that I think would make the bottom much hotter.
Hmm.
All right. So when they do update the game, what we'll see is we'll be able to go down this tunnel. This is the crewman's passage. And when we get to the other side, we'll see we'll see, what do you call, spiral staircases that lead up. And there'll be levels and levels and levels and levels of crew quarters and cabins and things like that. And then there will be a like forward gear room that sits underneath the forecastle deck. And so you'll be able to explore all of that when they do update the demo. And this is a demo, folks. This isn't the actual game. The actual game will look a whole lot better than this. I mean, you think this looks good, which I think this looks good, but it'll look way better. And you're gonna be able to explore these are the
Engine room.
No. Well, no, not the engine room. This is the coal bunker. You'll be able to explore the insides of the coal bunker. The coal bunker isn't just within this wall. It also kind of goes up and above these areas here.
It's like a little. It's like a funnel, isn't it?
I thought it would be, but apparently it's not. Apparently it's a massive just box with lots of interwebbing steel that holds it together. And then the men have to go up in there, scrape all the coal that hasn't funneled down as they used it, and scrape it all off the shelves and things, and dump it down into the bottom.
That sounds horrible.
It does sound horrible. Like, I would have thought it was like a giant funnel of some kind, but it's really not. It's like levels and levels in there with It's got catwalks just like these on the
Oh,
inside.
actually, it probably looks like a bigger version of, like, you know, that those coal cars they use to transport coal. That's probably what it looks like.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's really not. I've seen the pictures that they created for Titanic Honor and Glory. It's literally, imagine a big rectangular space on the inside. This one in particular is a flat space, but they have it when it goes up to the top there, it juts out horizontally over a bunch of other spaces. I think it juts out over the cargo hold, to be honest. But from the photographs, it's different solid levels of catwalks with railings, and the catwalks are covered in coal because they just dump all the coal in there when they fuel the ship, and then as they use up the coal, it obviously collects on all those shelves and walkways, so they have to go in there and scrape it all off. And yeah, it's not a funnel of any kind. It's not any. There's no smooth areas to allow the coal to just slide down. It's actually like it's like a full-on thing with levels and walkways and stuff in there. So
Wow, that's kind of strange.
it is, yeah. So they would have had to like just walk around constantly shoveling the coal off the walkways as they use it up, and the level goes down and down and down and down. And that sounds like it would have been horrible.
At least you weren't burning.
Well, I mean, there was a coal fire.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when there wasn't a coal fire.
That's true. At least you weren't burning when there wasn't a coal fire.
Yeah, exactly.
But imagine being trapped in there if there was a coal fire.
That is very true. Would have been very lit, as the kids call it.
Wow.
That was a joke.
Bad joke.
That was a great joke.
Bad joke.
It's a great joke. It was so great. Someone actually died. Someone literally left your live stream. Are you reading your chat or no?
I'm reading right now. Zach says, I do wonder if the ship's interiors were actually lit like this, because it kind of looks like how you'd light a scene in a movie. You know, I couldn't tell you. I know that they try for accuracy for the demo, but at the same time, the demo is just a demo. They are going for as accurate as they can be for the actual finalized game. But this demo, it doesn't have like dynamic lighting. It's what they keep calling it baked in. It's baked in lighting, and they just kind of, it's just like what the computer generates, I guess. I mean, I'm not really sure how these games work, but because I'm not a gamer at all, so I don't know any of the terminology or how anything works. But from what I heard, this isn't the finalized lighting that they will have in the game. They will have something much more dynamic, much more realistic. So, but whether or not the lighting in the final game is 100% realistic is I don't even know.
We'll see, because they're still using an old engine too. They're still using Unreal Engine 4, and they want to switch to 5. So
no, they are currently using Unreal Engine 5 for building the game.
No, but I mean, the demo we're using, it's Unreal Engine 4. So what we're seeing is still old.
Oh yeah. The one we're using is Unreal 4. Dark.
Someone seems to be super obsessed with me eating chocolate chip cookies.
It's because you were eating those cookies and then you got the chocolate all over your shirt.
Yeah, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean,
it's become a meme, Chris. You've become a meme.
One person doesn't make a meme.
Well, you know,
one person doesn't make a meme. Okay.
Were catwalks used for entry exit from Stoker's more, or was Fireman Passage used more instead? What? Used for entry? I don't understand that question. Were catwalks used for entry exit from Stoker's more, or was Fireman Passage used more instead?
No, they're asking that passageway you walked, the tunnel, was that used more often, or was it the catwalks? It's the fireway. The fireway was used for entrance and exit, and the catwalks were mainly used for getting around the boiler.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
They're not gonna go through. I forgot what it's called. That area with the third class can go to the alleyway, whatever it's called. The way how we get into the boiler room. What's that area called again? That hallway. It has a certain name. Usually the employees or the engine crew didn't really go in there. They had a specific entrance they entered through.
Oh, you're talking about Scotland Road.
Scotland Road, yeah, that
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, employees wouldn't go over there. I mean, they could, but they won't. They usually won't.
Um, Zachary asks, "What's my favorite room aboard?"
The
His
room where you
is the first class smoking room.
the room where you fall through the floor to like the bottom floor is my favorite room.
Oh
That's
yeah,
totally accurate.
it doesn't. They
Oh,
fixed
yeah,
that.
totally accurate. Damn, that was my favorite room.
Yeah, because you would fall through the floor and you'd end up in here.
Yeah.
You'd fall through that ceiling and you'd end up like right here. But they fixed it. Let's see. I'll show you that room. Ooh, laggy.
Very laggy. I don't know. This room shouldn't be so shiny. It looks like a room out of like one of those like department stores that sell like overly expensive like purses.
Well, keep in mind, I don't have the ray tracing turned on.
Well, remember when I had ray tracing turned on? It looks even more shiny. All the surfaces are shiny.
I think that's because that was an older version you were using and it wasn't working correctly.
Maybe.
But also, they would have used a glossy paint on this. So, oh, of course, when I want to find the room, I can't find it. It's probably further this way. Here we go. This is the room that used to fall through the floor.
Oh, I don't do it anymore.
No. But yeah.
You still got the really weird looking mirrors though.
Yeah, I was thinking that it's because they don't actually have like a mirror effect. Like they use like some kind of software coding or whatever that like takes a flat screenshot of the room and you're looking at the opposite of the flat screenshot of the room.
Let's see.
All right. Ozzy asks, why did they move the coal to the port side of the ship? They didn't move all the coal. They just moved the coal from one of the bunkers, and that was because they had a coal fire. And that's a normal procedure. They moved the coal away from the area to prevent all the coal from burning in the coal fire. Wow, I'm getting a lot of texts. Hold on.
Oh, that was from me and Jason.
I gotta...
On silent mode.
Yeah, I put do not disturb. Alright, so... we'll go into the Strauss suite since we're right here. If the door will open...
There it is.
Yes. This is one of my favorite places in this demo, at least. Just due to the amount of detail. Taylor
Yeah,
says the
I don't have anything to say about this room. Oh, something's wrong with that texture in the curtains.
uh I think it's just because it was far away, and there's all these
Oh no, yeah, I see. No, it's an aliasing issue. No, it's fine. I got it. It's an aliasing issue.
yeah.
The curtains still look like whipped cream though.
Yeah. Taylor says that the coal fire probably saved lives during the sinking, which is true because they moved all the coal in that one bunker to one side. It made the ship list to, what was it, port, and then the port list is what prevented the ship from capsizing while the starboard side was filling with water.
Hmm. I just thought because the ship was so thin that it didn't capsize.
Now, from what I hear from the historians and stuff, like if there was no list on the ship, the water would have come in and the ship would have started to list to starboard, and then that would have eventually led to it capsizing. But because it was already listing to port and the water was coming in from starboard, it kind of evened out and it started to flood more evenly.
I see.
Here's the prison bathrooms.
Prison bath. Oh, the cutting board toilet. I love that. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, you can chop your vegetables on it.
Yeah, yep. Push it into the toilet. Boil it with some fire in the bottom.
From the coal
Beautiful.
fire, yeah.
Coal fire. Yeah, beautiful.
It'll be like a steam kettle.
Yeah, so you have a little bit of flavoring too. Just kind of sit down on it.
Oh God, no! I can't believe. Oh God.
Where's there's no curtain for the shower? Maybe there was.
Well, the water came straight down, so this metal thing is the curtain.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It brings a whole new meaning to an iron curtain. Damn.
Yeah. Well, what if it was like the Iron Maiden with all the spikes in it?
Iron Man. When you get in the shower, you have to avoid the spikes. You have to close the shower and avoid the spikes.
All right. Dark Moon says, were beds and furniture bolted to the floor? As far as I'm aware, some beds were bolted to the floor or to the wall based on the style. Like if it was a bunk type of bed, then it would be. But if it was like what we just saw in that room where they were just freestanding beds, then no, they weren't bolted to the floor. As far as I'm aware. I could be wrong on that. I am not a Titanic expert.
I will say the chairs in the promenade weren't bolted down because there's stories of passengers throwing them overboard. Unless they had the like wrenches, there's no way for them to unbolt them.
Yeah, there was I think only select furniture around the entire ship was ever actually like fastened to the floor.
It's probably the expensive ones or the really big ones, like a piano.
Well, I think it was more like stuff that you might sit in if the ship was rolling. Like in the dining rooms, for instance, you had the chairs that were hooked to the floor with ropes. You know, those are something you'd sit in during rolling. But you may not necessarily be sitting in a chair. Well, I don't know. I'm just kind of speaking out of my butt here, so I don't know. I can't really. I don't know. All I know is that they selected certain furniture to be fastened to the floor, but I don't know what their vetting process for that. Like what made them decide this is the one we should fasten and that's the one we shouldn't. You know, like I have no idea.
Someone asked, which one do you prefer, Olympics A Promenade or Titanic's A Promenade?
They look the same to me.
Really?
They look the same to me.
They look the same. Olympics is a lot more old. I mean, I think.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about the sheltered forward area, then yeah, that's like the one difference I know about. But that to me doesn't make a difference because the rest of the promenade on Titanic isn't sheltered. So what's the point? Like, you know, like it.
That's what I was saying. I think like when you shelter it, Titanic looks more like a box, which I didn't like about it because the Titanic looks like a box on the water, and that's why I don't like Titanic that much.
You better be careful,
But
Chris. Everybody's gonna kick you off the stream.
I know I'm gonna be pulled out of the stream and like I'm like executed outside my house.
Yeah, I know. They'll come to your house and execute you.
They're gonna guillotine over.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, the inside of the ship is really nice. I just never like White Star ships on the outside. It always looks so weird. Like
I think that the Olympic class ships are the ones that look weird, but I don't think White Star ships in general look weird. Like, like I like Oceanic 2. I like.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oceanic is nice. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they got some nice ships.
Oh, yeah, got the fun mirror over there, the bulging mirror in the elevator. The fun mirrors.
Yeah, the House of Mirrors.
Yeah.
I still never figured out what this peg is for. It looks like the lift mechanism, but then again, like, then what would that thing be for?
Maybe if the person didn't have legs, he could just reach up and grab it instead.
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, it could be hanging coats and such. No.
In an elevator? I don't think so.
I don't know. I feel like it has something to do with the controlling the elevator, though.
I think so too. I mean, it looks like there would be. It looks like it's a knob that rotates. The way that a lift.
Wait. You know what it probably is? It's probably. Oh no, just kidding. The doors were manual. They were.
Yeah, they were manual.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it's for.
Maybe it's for ordering a sandwich.
They are far more American than we are back in the day. You can order a sandwich. You sit down and order a sandwich.
Yeah. Oh wait, Dark Moon says the bottom lever is for the trap door. Oh god. Here's the private promenade.
It'll be so funny if they're like, what is the speed of a maiden swallow? And then it's just like incorrect, and he presses the thing and then you fall down.
Yeah, like Monty Python.
Yeah, I know. How am I supposed to know that?
Good eye from New Zealand. Hello, Hypersonic. I like to think that as I practice my New Zealand accent, I get a little bit better each time.
Isn't that more like Australian? Good eye, good day, because good eye.
They say it's slightly different. It's to me, the two accents sound very similar, but Australian sounds more. I don't know. I don't know the words for the phonics of it, but it sounds a bit more stretched. Yeah.
The lever is to increase speed. Didn't the elevators only have one speed though?
I think they would have had to have a variable speed in order to slow down and speed up as they moved. Otherwise, you'd be like, and then like get going,
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Wow, I made this so long ago. I made myself tea. So everybody wanted to know. They're like, Alex, when you don't do your tea time streams, when you don't have your what do you call it? The China setup. How do I drink tea? I make it in a mug. It's been 37 minutes and it's still very warm. That's good.
That's good tea, or a good kettle.
A good kettle. Actually, I heated the mug up in the microwave. Because the kettle is so big that like the smallest amount you can put in the kettle is enough to fill up a teapot, and I only needed enough for a mug. So
you're lucky no British people are watching. They will crucify you if they heard that you made tea. Yes, British people get offended by Americans who brew tea in a microwave.
No, I didn't brew the tea in a microwave. I heated the water in the microwave. I put the
Yeah.
water in the mug, I microwaved it to heat it up, I brought it out of the microwave, and then I brewed the tea. There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with it is if you what's the thing about the kettle? Well, anyway, the point is that there's nothing wrong with heating the water in a microwave.
Oh, hypersonic. That's interesting. Like when I was in New Zealand, no one ever said good day to me before. Besides Australians I met at a zoo.
What? Was there like an Australian zoo or something that you're seeing?
No,
all these people
no,
behind cages?
no. we were there and because we were waiting for something, right? No, it wasn't a zoo. Where was it at? It was somewhere else, like in a forest, in a park area. I was talking to them. And they tried to trick me with like the jump bears, and I was like, "Oh yeah, the jump bears. Yeah, totally. Yeah, the thing that the scary koalas that rip off your face. Yeah, totally. you know what I'm talking about or no?
The drop bears, yeah.
Oh, okay. You just didn't say anything.
Because I'm reading comments. Because you keep getting mad at me for not reading people's comments.
I'm not getting mad at you. I'm just.
You're mad at me now.
How am I mad at you? You're accusing me of accusing you.
That's what we do, Chris. That's what we do.
That's what you do.
We wouldn't be friends if we didn't accuse each other constantly of things.
Oh my gosh.
No, the reason why I know about drop bears is because that's the name of a sandwich we had at Rosetta. So we
oh my god.
yeah, because we came up with the sandwich. It was a really good sandwich, and we didn't know what to call it. And we had a bunch of we had a lot of Australian customers, but we also had some New Zealand customers. It was weird. Laguna Niguel is full of Australians and New Zealanders. And they were all like, oh, like drop bear would be kind of fun, and we're like, oh, okay, and that kind of worked because we heard the story. We're like, that's actually pretty funny, and
it's very funny.
Yeah. So
I've met Americans that like freaked out about drop. I was talking about Australia. And I was like, yeah, Australia's kind of dangerous. It has all the stuff in the water, like I'm afraid to go on the beaches because of box jellyfish, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so freaked out about Australia. Drop bears are like terrifying. I'm like, yeah, drop bears, yeah. I feel like I'm the only one laughing. Is that not a funny story? No?
You can't see my face, but I am laughing.
Okay. It just sounds like you're glaring at me with a straight face.
No. I know you can't see my face, but I am smiling. I'm reading comments, that's all. Because I'm moving, but I'm trying to read comments at the same time. This is really difficult, Chris. You don't know what it's like to live stream.
Sure. Okay.
I'm just kidding, Chris.
Mr. Big Shot YouTuber, okay.
Chris has got like 4 times the amount of subscribers I got. Oh, God. Mike says Olympic had red furniture in the lounge. See, that sounds nice. Like, I don't... The furniture in this lounge, the decoration on it is nice, but I don't like the green. Like, I'm not a fan of green.
I think it looks nice.
It looks nice for what it is, but I would not personally prefer green. I think red would look better. And if Olympic had red, then, good on them, because that's a good color.
I think they should bring the designers from the SS United States into that room. That would look even better.
Alex the historian has no comment on the SS United States.
Alex the historian has no affiliation or connection with the SS United States and cannot leave a comment. Yes. Let me see. I'll read some comments for you as well. All right. So Taylor says they're more interested in us arguing than the live stream, which is usually the case.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's why I wanted to have us on camera because, it's just funnier that way. But
is the barbershop in this demo? Yes, the barbershop got added like last demo. It's been around for a while.
I'll show you guys the barbershop.
Surprised you remember where it is. I don't remember where it is at all. I'm always surprised when I find it.
It's at the bottom of the aft grand staircase.
Mm.
That's how I know. That's aft, okay. You know, Chris, my computer's doing that thing that yours does where it shakes the table.
How my computer doesn't shake the table.
You were telling me like a couple months ago, you're like, oh, there's something weird. Like it's like an earthquake, but it's not an earthquake. And then at one point you were like, and at one point you're like, I think it's my computer. I think it's shaking the table. And I'm like,
oh no, what it is the train goes by, and I didn't know this, but the train, it makes a very low rumbling sound. But our walls are basically designed to cut out the rumbling sound because we're next to the railroad. But then the vibrations still get in, and it shakes everything. So if I open the door, I can hear the train going by. If I close it, I don't hear it. But the house still shakes. That's the reason why.
oh, well, my computer shakes my table now. It's been happening the last month.
That's not good.
Yeah, and it only does it occasionally. It does it when something starts up. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a fan. It might be a fan, but
Might be the hard. No, you don't have a hard drive in there.
no, I do. I do.
You do?
I do. But the hard drive makes a certain noise when it gets moving, so I know. But when
what kind of shaking do you have? Sorry, what kind of shaking do you have? Is it like violently shaking? Very slight shaking? Like
it's slight shaking. Like, well, my camera isn't on, so I can't show you like how it looks. But basically, it'll seem like there's a very minor earthquake happening, and I'll be like, what the heck is that? Because the whole table will shake. And then it eventually just stops like after like a few seconds because because the resonancy, it evens out,
You know what it could be? It could be like this is gonna sound really weird, but like so a lot of fans in the computer cases they don't have padding on them that prevents them from vibrating. So if all the fans go at the same speed, they can basically do a big vibration, as if like two waves of the beach combine together, and they can start. Oh, what's happening?
Yeah, that's probably what's happening. Oh, yeah. By the way, folks, so this is Titanic's Maids and Valets Saloon. Yes, you can say valets, not valet. You can say valet, you can say valets. It doesn't matter. Sorry, it's just people have gotten on me about that. They love to correct my pronunciation of things that I actually know how to pronounce. But Maids and Valets, they did not work for White Star Line. They were the employees of the passengers who were traveling, and they needed a place to eat, to relax, to socialize, so they had their own private saloon. The video I was going to put out today was about Queen Mary's Maids and Valets Saloon, but the video won't be ready till Tuesday. So,
for the maids, why do they have coat hangers? What did they hang up there?
They probably hang up. So a lot of them would have worn aprons. They would have worn aprons and stuff. But then there also would have been coats and jackets. So if they were socializing up top and it was cold day, they would be carrying with them jackets. And if they came down here, they would need to hang up those jackets. So, yeah. Aprons, jackets, hats as well. Oh, yeah, hats. Oh, my gosh, hats. Everybody wore a hat back then. And then
yes.
This is a room I never fully understood why is separate from that one. Here's my theory, folks. My theory is that in the Edwardian era, it wasn't exactly... It was kind of frowned upon for like single women to be socializing openly with single men. And so my theory is that the valets would hang out in here and the maids would hang out in here. Unless, of course, they were up top, outside, out in the open, socializing. But in an enclosed space, I think it would have been inappropriate, possibly. But that is my theory, because otherwise this room isn't particularly labeled. Well, wait, it is. Wait, no, here we go. It's an officer's saloon. Why didn't I say... Oh, because I was looking out here for the sign, and it wasn't. It's right here. It says P.O. and... Marconi Officer Saloon. What's P.O. mean?
Post office.
Post office? Okay.
No, wait, they don't have post in the ship. Wait, no.
No, they do. It is. It's a Royal Mail ship. Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, post office and Marconi Officer Saloon. Okay, well that answers that. This is for yeah. Okay, that's very specific. Isn't it? It's like a really specific thing. And it was partitioned with this accordion thing.
Accordion.
Yeah. It could be cloth, but it looks like accordion to me.
People are saying we should start something together.
We should start what together? A
Beef.
war?
Oh, a war, yeah. That's amazing.
No, really, what were they saying?
To start like a live stream together. Oh, no, not a ocean liner related reality show, or start a shipping line together. I don't know what we're doing with a shipping line. We don't work well together.
No, yeah, we don't. You know, if Chris was only a better employee, I think that it would work.
I think I am a great employee. I am so great. I don't even need to work that often.
It is that thought process that makes you not great.
It's that process that makes me amazing. Yeah. How amazing is it that your employee comes in, finishes all the work within 1 hour, and then sits around for the next 7 hours doing nothing? That's amazing. Now you give him even more work to do. See that logic right there?
Now, yeah, you know, no comment.
How does a computer? Oh, we talked about that already. Don't know when the release date's going to be yet, Robert. Probably going to be whenever Elon gets to Mars. That's probably when the game will come out. Honestly.
Is he asking about the finalized game or the update to the demo?
Finalized game.
Oh yeah, the finalized game we don't even know. They haven't even begun releasing the alpha yet. They said that they would release the first segment of the alpha by the end of Q4 of 2021. And it's now July, literally the middle of the year of 2022, and they haven't even released the first forecastle deck of the alpha yet. So they're working on finalizing the demo for Steam. So I don't know. It'd be really nice to see them start releasing parts of the alpha. Like, you know, I'm totally willing to purchase the alpha and stuff. You know.
Yeah. So again, to reiterate, whenever Elon Musk gets to Mars is most likely when this thing is going to come out. When is Elon getting to Mars? I have no idea. So
Elon is from Mars.
That's right. He's just like the guy who runs Facebook, runs Meta, Mark Zuckerberg. He's a lizard people.
The lizard man, yeah.
And yeah.
Everybody thought it was so hilarious that time I forgot Mark's name, and I was like, "Oh, that guy, that lizard man." Everyone was like, "Oh my god, Alex! I can't believe you called him a lizard man."
Oh yeah, I mean, what's so funny?
That's
true. That's true. He is a lizard. What's so funny about that?
He looks just like a lizard. Like if you can imagine, like the little forked tongue sticking out.
Well, I think he got plastic surgery and he rotated the way how his eyes blink. So I'm pretty sure.
So they blink vertically and not horizontally. Oh god! All right, here's the Marconi Room, folks.
Personally, I'm not annoyed about people. Oh yeah. The Aussies and Kiwis seem really nice, both of them. I mean, I spent like a week in New Zealand, and I'd never been to Australia before. I know a few Australian people, and they're all really nice.
They're really nice.
They're very nice.
Yeah. I had a bunch of them as customers back when I had a cafe, and they were all like our best customers, honestly. The American customers, they could be a bit difficult at times, but the Australian and New Zealand customers were so nice.
Always very nice. I think it's because living in our country, honestly, like prepared them for basically anything. Like Americans, everything is like basically given to us. We have everything at our fingertips. So whenever a minor inconvenience comes along, we're like, "Oh no, it's terrible." Compare it to an Aussie, it's just like you walk outside and then you freaking have a spider the size of a car try to eat you. So I mean,
you know, I was just gonna say that the reason why they're so nice is because they have those big giant bugs, and whenever they're bad, the parents would threaten the kids with putting a giant bug on them.
Because if you're bad, like one more time, Johnny, I'm feeding you to the spider.
Yeah. The spider's like, you're mine.
The spider's sitting there at a table with a little handkerchief, putting on a handkerchief with a little fucking knife. Like.
Okay, so now let's go to the bridge. Sometimes these doors are really difficult.
The game will come out whenever Jeff Bezos grows hair. I don't think he's ever gonna grow hair.
This is an expansion joint for you guys that are interested.
Imagine how mind-blown people of the era would be if you told them that room and function can fit into the palm of your hand now. Oh yeah, you can tell that to a person in the '80s. They probably can't believe you either. Like video cameras, cell phones, computers, all of that it can just fit in your hand now. Actually, now it can actually fit in your finger technically.
It could, yeah.
What's up, Mike?
So, what's interesting was, I'm always learning new stuff about ocean liners. I never know enough. And, but I was talking to people about these cables that are, they're connected between both masts. And a lot of people were surprised to find out that what those cables are is they're the antenna for the Marconi wireless system. And the reason why they're so long, or at least these 4 are so long, is because they're designed to capture and transmit long wave frequencies. And this one you see that's connecting between the funnel and the mast is the short frequency. And then they have other various sizes of frequency lines and cables. I don't see the others here, but yeah, so that's what a lot of these wires and stuff are, is they're the frequency. Oh, the short frequency is actually, you see this cable that goes from the top of the pilot house and then it goes up to that line there. I think that's a short frequency, if I remember correctly. Or it could be this one here. It could be literally this one here. That might be the short frequency.
It's so weird. Antennas just be like cables.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, even today an antenna is a cable, but they spin it around in a tiny little like space, so it's like, so it's like coiled up. And but yeah, they used to be cables. So that's what the ones that are strung the long distances are, is antennas.
I always thought it was supposed to be a zip line, Alex.
Yeah, a zip line that no one ever uses on any ship ever.
Exactly, yeah. Look at the Oasis of the Seas ocean liner. They have zip lines. See,
did you call it Oasis of the Sea ocean liner?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? Something actually really impressive about it's the Oasis class, but the Symphony of the Seas is actually faster than Titanic. I think it's like 4 times the size of Titanic, and it's still faster, which is like really, really crazy. I think 26 knots is its max speed, which is extremely fast for a ship of that size. But Alex doesn't like talking about that, so we'll change the subject.
No, I don't mind talking about it.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so the Oasis. No, I'm kidding. Something else.
I love how you're just gonna push it. You're like, oh, so the Oasis, the best ocean liner ever. So let's see.
Someone asked why it's called a bridge.
Oh yeah, because I have a video about that. But actually, so the reason why it's called a bridge is because in the old days of the early steamships, the ones that had the paddle wheels and they used to go across the ocean, they would connect the 2 paddle wheels, the ones on either side, with a literal bridge that the captain and the first officers would stand on to monitor what's happening ahead and monitor what's going on the ship. And that's where they made all the commands. They would shout the commands out to the telegraph operators and stuff who were down below. Well, long story short, over the years, they slowly started moving all those different operations onto a single deck or single area. And this area that we're in now is technically called the bridge. And so they just maintained that same designation, all dating back to, back when it was a literal bridge that connected the two different paddle wheel casings.
Could the radio cables be used as a zip line? No, the radio cables are really loosely tied on. When the ship snapped in half, they immediately snapped. So it's just like they're extremely fragile.
Fragile.
What?
I said fragile.
Oh, fragile.
Yeah.
Does anyone have an insight on a uniquely green flare? The list. I have no idea. Oh, the linoleum pattern. No, I don't know anything about it.
I haven't seen a linoleum pattern on this demo that is fleur-de-lis. I don't know if the ship actually had it, but I haven't seen it on here, that's for sure. Having difficulty opening this door. There we go.
It's like a closet door.
Yeah. It's nondescript door. Here's the elevator machinery room for the 3 lifts for the passengers.
We can also wash our hands.
Yes.
Because having water next to electronics was always a great idea.
I mean, if you think about it, the ship is
I
of
know
electronics on the water.
Well, underwater now.
Yeah, underwater.
Yes.
Let's go to the boat deck.
What does fragile mean? It's Alex's way of saying fragile.
It's the French way.
Is it really?
No.
Oh my god.
I think they say fragile, but yeah.
I think Italian go fragile, some of that. I know. I don't know why I remember this. I remember watching like Cars 2 with one of my little cousins, and then like that F1 car was like fragile when whatever McQueen called him like fragile. I remember that. Maybe it's an Italian word.
I don't know. It could be a Latin word, and that's why it's like in every language. So for folks that want to know why Titanic didn't have all those giant cowl vents the way that like Aquitania had, for instance, or Mauritania, had, is you see that big square or rectangular vent right there at the base of the funnel, the big one facing us? That's what would suck in the air and bring it down into the boiler rooms. So the very large cowl vents on Mauritania and Aquitania, for instance, the ones that stuck out and everybody finds annoying to look at, those were the ones that would suck air into the boiler rooms. But Titanic kind of hid it by using these more, I'm not going to say smaller, but they're hidden. They're more well hidden, these square vents on the base of the funnels. And having that allowed them not to have these massive cowl vents all over the ship, but they do have these smaller cowl vents all over. Titanic, from what I've seen, has like twice as many of these small cowl vents all over the ship than other ships of its time. And even then, Titanic still suffered from some ventilation issues.
Mike made Matthew said something. I don't really know how to explain it to you. You might want to read it.
Mm. You said it was Matthew?
Matthew.
Does anyone have insight on the uniquely green fleur-de-lis? Oh.
Oh, no. The recent one. The recent one.
Where? Oh. All the square red linoleum tiles you see are fleur-de-lis. The one I'm referring to is the variation said to be in one third-class corridor. Only representation I've seen on the cropped recreation. Square red tiles you see are fleur-de-lis. What? But the square red tiles I've seen, I don't recall them being fleur-de-lis. Where are the square red tiles? Great. As soon as I want to find one, I don't know where to look.
4.2, that's true. Someone missed your live stream. Controversial opinion. Thinking, well, people are allowed to go in every place of the ship? That's a very specific question. I don't know.
Wait, what's the question?
When the Titanic was sinking, how were people allowed to go every place in the ship?
Oh, I mean, allowed? I don't know, but it was every man for themselves, pretty much. So everybody was just trying to, live. Like, I doubt anybody would have been like, I need to save my life.
Down.
Can I? Yeah.
Let's go down to the engine room.
Yeah. So,
let's run to the forward cargo hatch. That's gonna be amazing.
Of course, everything you're describing is what Jack and Rose decided to do. Jack and Rose were just having the time of their lives aboard Titanic right before it sank.
They were asking when the Titanic was sinking. Like, if you ran to the forward cargo hold when the Titanic was sinking, you just die. It's all just water.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just making a joke.
Oh.
I was just joking about how they're running away from Cal. They're running all around the ship, while it's sinking. So I mean, I was just making a joke, but
I see.
This is second class A deck. Is this the fleur-de-lis he's talking about?
Probably.
It kind of looks like a fleur-de-lis, except it's missing the base that makes it distinctly fleur-de-lis. But I mean, I guess this might be the one he's talking about. Yeah, so second class didn't have an A deck. Behind this is more ventilation machinery. So we're going to continue on down. We should switch to nighttime soon, because somebody asked me at the beginning of the stream to do nighttime.
Okay, we can do that. Where does the second funnel lead? It leads directly to the boiler room. First, second, and third. No, wait, third? Yeah, first, second, and third led to the boiler room. Every single.
This is the second class smoking room.
Oh, very nice. It looks a little bit too shiny in here, though.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree with that, but...
You think it should be more shiny?
I didn't say that. I just said I didn't think it looked too shiny.
Oh, really? Okay. It looks like a janitor came in to gloss everything and just spilled a whole gallon of gloss all over that chair. Look at it.
Well,
that chair looks like plastic.
It's leather.
Yeah, not plastic.
It looks fine to me. Like, it looks like a normal, leather chair to me.
It looks like I'm a sit on it. It'll be like hard plastic.
I can't think of a comeback, but whatever.
I'll make a joke, but it's not appropriate for the stream.
Yeah, no, it's not. You gotta watch your potty mouth, mister.
You have to watch your potty mouth.
Party mouth? Party mouth. Let's switch to nighttime mode.
Okay.
I think it's this one.
Yeah, this main menu. Oh, it's hot today, isn't it?
Not up here in the Pacific Northwest.
The Pacific West, it is hot.
In the Old West.
In the West. Here we are. Okay.
Yes, we're on Titanic at night. It looks beautiful.
Beautiful.
This is technically it's called the library, although this is all they had for books. But it was used as a multi-purpose room, kind of like a lounge.
Yeah, for rave parties and stuff.
Yes, because that's what the Edwardians loved most was raves.
Exactly.
I like the lace on these curtains.
I like the designs they have on the little, like, it's not pylon, but little wood thing in the middle.
The pillar?
Yeah, the pillar. There we go. I've seen like the pillar design, but I've never seen the one that has the curl around it. I've never seen that. See that?
Yeah. I like these marquetry panels.
They have them on Queen Mary too, right? I swear I've seen them.
Yeah, it's a common design to do these triangles like that.
Actually, my grandpa's desk, like the 1940s, actually had that too.
Oh, that's cool. I'd like to own furniture that had marquetry on it. So on this elevator, here's the little switch that activated the motor. But no pedestal, no little foot pedal that you know, like the other elevator had a little foot pedal in it. And we don't know.
Maybe they had like first class, second class, like employees. Like, you know, they if you're first class, you don't even need to touch the pedal, touch anything. You just use your foot. But if you're second class, you have to use your hands because, you know, you're second class.
They had a lift steward.
That's what I'm saying. The steward was like first class and second class.
Yeah, but we saw from the other one that there was also a hand lever.
Maybe they do a handstand and they hit it with their.
They do a handstand.
Dude, you can't prove me wrong. You literally cannot prove me wrong.
The lift attendant just does a cartwheel into the lift and then just kicks it with their foot.
Exactly.
It's like Cirque du Soleil every time you get in an elevator.
Exactly. He goes, would you like to go up or down, sir? Up? Hoya!
You know what I think the foot pedal was? A brake.
Could be.
Because those things, those elevators, they're not like today where a computer precisely controls where it stops. Those things were stopped by hand. And yeah, you could be, you know, really good at getting the elevator to stop, but it's possible that maybe the elevator would, you know, even if you weren't really good at it, maybe you could use the foot pedal. Maybe it was a brake that allowed the elevator to stay put, especially when people were getting on and off the elevator. Because you've been on an elevator, right, where a bunch of people get on and the elevator will suddenly like drop like an inch and then it'll come back up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe that foot pedal was a brake.
That's true. It would make sense, though, because you don't want to have the brake on top. You want to have the brake on the bottom. So it lashes onto the side of the shaft. That makes sense. That's how modern elevators work today, too. If the cable happens to snap, they have, like, lock bottom of the elevator. And they slam into the side of the shaft to prevent the elevator from falling.
Yes, sirree.
If to be on the Titanic to witness the iceberg collision, where would you want to witness it from?
To witness, I'd be I'd be setting up a lifeboat and getting off the darn ship.
I'd be witnessing it from the lifeboat, so I can just go, okay, just fall down, easy, out of there.
Here's the green fleur de lis.
Ah, yes.
This would have led to third-class cabins. We're right underneath the poop deck. Well, not right underneath. We're like 2 decks underneath it, but still, I think the steering room, if I remember correctly, would have been beyond that wall back there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we go up a little bit.
Wait, actually, can we revisit that elevator later on?
What, the first class?
Yeah, I think I figured it out now.
Yeah.
I think that handle is to dictate whether or not it goes up or down, and then that foot pedal is to stop.
I just said that.
I know, but then I added to it with the handle.
No, I said the handle first. I said, you know what I think, Chris? I said I think the handle controls I said I think the handle controls the movement of the elevator, but the foot pedal is the brake.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Alex.
Oh my god. I said it first.
it just kind of hit me. I heard what you were saying, and then right now it hit me. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I can't believe we used to think they had to put their foot underneath the pedal to raise it up to go up.
Yeah, there was a time when we thought that. We're like, oh, they put their foot underneath the pedal and pull up, and that's what raises the elevator.
Oh my god.
So, just to kind of do a ha-ha at people. So, when I was doing my video about ventilation on ocean liners, so a lot of people were like, Alex, there were no fans or anything. You know, it's the cowl vents. They suck in air or push out air, which there is truth to that. You see these handles on the cowl vents? You can rotate the cowl vent. If you face it towards the front of the ship, it'll suck in air because the air pressure will push it into the cowl vent. If you face it away from the ship, it'll pull out air from the ship because the suction from the wind blowing against it. But the thing is what I was saying was that like one of the major innovations of the ventilation of the ships was the fans that blew the air around. And there were some people that just did not like that answer, but let me prove to you that there were fans that blew the air around. Right underneath that cowl vent we were just looking at is a fan. This is the motor that drives the fan. And the air can either come down or up through that cowl vent, and it gets blown around through this fan. And you can reverse it, or you can make it, you can make the air go into the ship or make the air leave the ship, depending on what the design was for. But that's proof. There were fans on some of these cowl vents, and there were some people that just really did not like that I said that. But it's true.
I'm trying to find a way to make fun of you by calling it something else, but I can't think of anything else to say.
You see, folks, Chris is always looking for ways to just degrade me. See, he's not even denying it either. He's just like quietly sitting there.
I didn't. Well, I can't say anything. I'm waiting for my lawyer to give me a correct statement to say. I can't speak about it until I get an attorney. All right. Let me see. Yeah, at night the ship gets a lot less shiny, which is even weirder.
Well, I think it has something to do with when the ray tracing isn't turned on, the the ship reflects daylight.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Because I noticed one time I played with the ray tracing turned on, and there was a lot less reflections. But what also was weird was when I had the ray tracing turned on and I went into the squash court appeared to have twice as many light bulbs.
That is straight. Yeah. That's the problem I have with ray tracing. Ray tracing ruins a lot of things. A lot of things look weird with ray tracing on. It's not optimized yet for ray tracing. It looks. We compared it a while back. It looks a little better, but maybe like 10% better.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of ways it makes things worse.
It does, because I did notice that with the ray tracing turned on, some of the floors lost their gloss.
Yeah.
So like some of them looked like nice and glossy and beautiful, but then when you turn the ray tracing on, there was no gloss at all. It was a lot like this, actually.
Yeah.
Where do we go? What do we do?
Swimming pool.
Swimming pool.
We can visit Bob Iger again.
Oh yeah. That's right, I forgot.
Who would have known Bob Iger was a passenger on Titanic? My goodness, crazy.
Yeah. You know, enough money and you can do anything.
Yeah, especially live over 100 years.
Yeah. Oh, it's through here. This is the Turkish Baths, folks, for those of you that want to know. They found this room, like 10 years ago or something?
Really recent.
Yeah, and because James Cameron sent one of his rovers in here, I think back in 2012, and they were looking at the walls, and the walls still have these tiles on them.
All the wood is still intact in this room, too. Everything is still intact.
Well, not intact, but a lot of it's there. Yeah.
Okay, the light's gone and stuff. All the chairs are gone, too. But then, like, the paneling. Really?
Yeah, the lights are there.
Oh, wow, that's pretty crazy.
See, you don't know nothing.
You don't know anything.
Time to visit Bob Iger.
It's crazy because the ships hit the ground so hard that like 20 feet of it went about 20 feet of it went below the ground. And to think that some rooms like are still around today is pretty crazy.
Yeah. This is here he is. I was the former CEO of Disney.
Oh my god. It looks like he has little arms and feet poking out with the little black thing. Black thing looks like he has little arms and feet.
Yeah, his feet are in these things. So, somebody asked a question. Wow says, my dad said that the swimming pool on Titanic sucks. Is that true, Alex?
It does kind of suck.
Is that the professional opinion?
it was literally the first swimming pool on an ocean liner ever. So I mean, you can't really say it sucks.
Well, Olympic was first, but you
okay.
Your point is valid. Yes. Yeah. So.
Well, actually, technically, I'm still kind of right. It is the first swimming pool to still be full of water.
Oh my god, I really hate.
You made that same joke on my live stream. You can't.
Yeah, I did. I annoyed the crap out of Chris when I made that joke. What was we saying again?
How the swimming pool looked.
How it? Well, someone was asking me how it's like, if it sucks. You know, honestly, that's a matter of opinion. I've heard some people here, like I've literally heard some people say that they prefer Titanic swimming pool over any ocean liner swimming pool. And I'm like, you know, to each their own. It's their opinion. But like Chris was saying, this was one of the first swimming pools ever on an ocean liner, you know, and it
wasn't the first. Someone said it wasn't the first.
Olympic was the first.
Okay. Well, I mean, next time if you ever want to go swimming in a jail, just let me know and we'll hit up Titanic and go in the pool.
It does look like a prison swimming pool, yeah. If there was one, do they have? I'm sure they do.
The newer ones they do. The older ones, I don't think so.
It's like the pool that Hannibal Lecter would be swimming in by himself when the guards are watching.
Yes.
Dark Moon says, was the pool heated? So technically no, but I don't know if it's the same on Titanic. But on Queen Mary, the pool was warm because it sat over the boiler and turbogenerator rooms on Queen Mary, and those rooms were quite warm, and the heat rose, warmed up the ceiling of those rooms. The pool is pretty much sitting up against the ceiling of those rooms, and on Queen Mary it was warmed for that reason. But Titanic, I don't know if it was warmed, but I do imagine that if they were pulling ice cold water from the ocean, it would have to be warmed before they poured it into the pool. So yeah, I couldn't tell you for sure, but I will say this: I don't think they would have let passengers swim into an ice cold pool. That would have killed them, you know. So I think that maybe it did have to be heated.
Do you know where the pool was on Titanic?
Yeah. So let's see. Is this
I found it. There it is. It's right above Boiler Room 2.
Oh yeah, see? Yeah, right above.
It's literally right above it.
Yeah, I imagine the heat from the boiler room probably would have kept it somewhat warm. Not like hot, just like, lukewarm, And yeah, but the interesting thing about the Olympic class pools was that they weren't located in the center line of the ship. This one is, as you can see, right next to the starboard hull, which is interesting because on most ocean liners, the pool is in the center of the ship in some area, so that way it's not making the ship list to one side.
Maybe they have something else that's equally as heavy on the other side.
Yeah, I imagine they had to. I don't know what it is. Like, if we go to the other side, I don't have access over here, so I don't know what's over here. Just rooms, I guess. But, yeah, I imagine there had to be something on the other side that kind of countered the weight. But then what happens to that weight on the other side when they need to drain the pool? Like...
Maybe it's a holding tank for the pool. The pool is really small.
It is very small, yeah. Chris.
Yes.
Way back in the day, they would set the clocks backward at midnight, like it says here. Apparently, today, when you take a transatlantic crossing on Queen Mary 2, they set the clocks back at noon every day.
Noon?
Yeah, noon or 1 o'clock, one of those two. I think they do it at 1 o'clock, and when they set the clock back, it'll go to 1 p.m. Or it'll go to 12 p.m., I mean. But they do it in the middle of the day. Not exactly sure why. Maybe it's because
it's some kind of event?
An event? Not an event, but they do ring the bell. Yeah. So they have the Queen Mary 2 bell, and they'll ring it every day as they set the clocks back.
Oh, I see.
So it is kind of an event, if we go on that crossing, you and I can go to the bell and watch them ring it. I think they let passengers ring the bell, actually.
Oh.
So you can ring that bell.
Okay.
And smash that subscribe button.
Amazing. Well, this is White Store. Maybe Cunard had a different approach to it.
It probably would have been something controlled by the merchant maritime codes. So I don't know if it would have been, individually how they did it, but But yeah. You've stopped reading comments for me, Chris.
Yeah. I was looking at Titanic stuff where the pool was. Someone said that the Turkish Baths flooded very early on, which is why they're such in good shape.
I don't know how that.
Well, the front part of the ship flooded first.
Hey, I didn't know that they had this. Let's look, folks.
What? What is it?
This is a really cool. This is a really cool, interesting thing. So, at night, they would close the. They would put the Okay, so at night when there's no sunlight shining through, the way that they made these rooms still look bright is they had lights behind. See? It was like that on Queen Mary as well. So they have a glass cover. This one's been opened for us to see, but the glass goes over this, and these lights illuminate it at night. So even though it's not showing up too well in this game, but the idea was that you'd walk along and it would still look almost as if there was daylight coming through the glass.
Oh, is that the idea?
Yeah. That way it doesn't look like a dark abyss, Like you don't want it to be so dark, that the stained glass doesn't shine.
I thought the idea was for any onlookers coming in that looked at the ship was really nice at night. Otherwise, the windows would be a lot more dim.
Onlookers, what would they see? They couldn't see the stained glass through those portholes.
They could see that the portholes being lit up. They go, "Oh, look at that! That ship actually has fuel."
Why would that? Oh, actually has fuel. Yeah, that sailing ship with the steam coming out of it actually has fuel.
Someone asked about our trip to the Queen Mary 2.
What are they saying?
Are you planning to go on a trip on the Queen Mary 2 anytime soon?
Anytime soon? No. I was hoping. What I wanted to do is I was saving up money for it, and then I still have my GoFundMe campaign online that you guys can contribute to if you want to see it happen sooner, because it's not just a vacation. Like Chris could tell you, it's not like a vacation. We're doing it for our channels. So I'm going to be doing filming of historic places to make videos for my channel. He's going to be filming certain things, including Disneyland Paris for his channel. And so the whole thing is quite literally a trip specifically to film stuff. And if you guys want to contribute to that, so that way it can happen a lot sooner, you can see videos sooner about that stuff. I keep going through here. I don't want to go through here anymore. Then there is it in the description of this video? I forget. But oh shoot. I don't know if the link is in the description of this video, to be honest. Let me see.
I think it is. No, it isn't.
Yeah, not this video. But like if you go to my recent video that I've posted, you'll see that in the description of that is a link to my GoFundMe for that project. So if you want to contribute to that to see those videos come out a lot sooner than they would be, which, if I had to save all this money up by myself, it probably would take several years to do. But I can do that.
When Robert, he asked if Titanic had ballast tanks. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
the
every
Titanic
ship does.
did. Yeah, because that ballast tanks have been something since like 1800s, a long time ago.
Yeah. Pretty much every ship has had ballast tanks, especially old wooden sailing ships. They had ballast tanks.
I don't know. Well, you know, if we did this live stream with my younger self, I would be a lot more. But like today is just like, even though Titanic does look nice, I'm not as much like into it as I used to be.
You hear that, everybody? Grab your pitchforks and light the torches.
Oh boy.
Grab your pitchforks and light the torches.
Light your pitchforks and grab your torches.
Hardy har har. I love these desks. I wish I could have one just like it.
Oh my god. No, I'm just reading your comments.
Oh, okay. I forgot to open the comment section back up.
Oh, here's a good one. What's your favorite room on Titanic and Queen Mary?
On Titanic, my favorite room, I'll show you, is the first class main lounge. Yeah. This is it, folks. Beautiful room. I love this room. On nice. Queen Mary, my favorite room... It would probably have to, on Queen Mary, it would have had to be the first class main lounge as well. But that's not a coincidence. Main lounges on ships were the most beautiful rooms on the ship. So it's, you know, it shouldn't come as a surprise. But the way that Queen Mary's main lounge looks today looks extremely underwhelming. I understand. Some people go like, really? Like, but if you look at it from 1936, like there's pictures of it in 1936 when it was all beautifully, you know, the way it was meant to look. It was a magical room. But today it's very lackluster because it's missing all its furniture. It's missing all its decorations. You know, even the beautiful, you know, Art Deco clocks on the mantles are gone, you know. So the beautiful rugs that used to be over the parquet flooring is gone, and now they just have like a typical hotel floor carpeting. So it's very underwhelming today. But on Queen Mary, it was a very beautiful room, and I would have preferred Queen Mary's main lounge over Titanic's main lounge.
I see. Someone says they should make another Titanic museum and remake the rooms on the ship. I think I'm not saying I would love to see that too, but that is a really bad idea because every time they do it, they always ruin it. Like there's a recent museum who completely rebuilt the first class the grand staircase, right? First off, they got the proportions wrong. Second off, it's not even real wood. And third off, it's instead of being like linoleum, it's carpet. So it just destroy like, you know, like what's supposed to be nice. So that's the problem we have when businesses try to make a museum. They're trying to make money. They cut corners, and then it just makes it look worse.
Yeah, doesn't it ever annoy you, like when you go to see like a recreation of something and they like only did it halfway, and you're like, oh come on, you know, like.
I usually expect it now. I'm actually impressed when they actually go more than halfway, which is like really low standards. But of course, that's how it is today. I guarantee you, if we were to ever go and they recreate this room right here, if we go in to look at the stained glass, it'll probably be like a picture of a PNG on there.
Yeah, PNG.
That's probably what it's gonna be.
What if it was like an NFT? And they're like, nobody will notice.
Oh.
This here is the only real fireplace on Titanic. Would have been coal, I believe. Queen Mary was the same. In its smoking room, it had the only real fireplace on the ship, which, according to my friend Steve, it eventually they changed out the fireplace with an electric one, so there no longer was any more real fireplaces aboard Queen Mary. But Chris, this is somewhat new. They stocked this whole table.
I feel like we've seen this before.
We've seen the table, and all that was there was some pipes and some matches. But all these jars and stuff, they weren't here.
I see. Yes. I'm good. Don't worry.
I was like, oh boy, everybody's gonna hear your family speaking.
No, my microphone is too smart.
Too smart.
Mm.
Well, I heard it.
It's not even picking up the. Okay. Well, it's not picking up the fan behind me.
Well, it picks it up when you talk.
Mm.
Yeah, like right now you're like, and it's like in the background. Ah, yes. The Jedi's weapon. Now, on this demo, the farthest we can go down the promenade is on this side. So they expanded this promenade so we can go as far as those chairs are, where they kind of block that way.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. Yep.
What was... Oh, thought I saw something. Sometimes this game plays tricks on my mind. Like, I feel like I see something and... like a person walking, and then it's not a person.
Yeah, it's just a ghost.
It's a digital ghost, yeah.
Digital ghost.
Look at all these stars. This is, Chris, this is what I'm looking forward to when we go on a Queen Mary 2, is being out in the middle of the Atlantic where there's no city lights.
Yeah, you don't like that a lot. I've been on one ship before, and it went like further out in the ocean, like Alaska, right? You go very far out in the ocean. You go maybe like 200 miles away from the ocean, away from the land, ish, around there, and all you see is stars. It's really nice.
Yeah,
it's really But if you guys don't know, most of the time on cruise ships, when you go on, you're only about like 50 miles away from the coast, sometimes even closer. You are not far away from the coastline at all. You can still see like the coastline and mountains and stuff. But when you go on a transatlantic trip, like or trans-Pacific, it's just nothing. The only thing out there is like other ships.
Yeah,
actually, nowadays people say if you go on these non-light pollution areas, you can actually see like the SpaceX satellites fly by.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I know one thing I'm looking forward to seeing is the Milky Way. I'm 30 years old. I've never, ever seen the Milky Way before. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never been anywhere where there wasn't light pollution.
Hmm.
At least I have, but at the time, like I was somewhere once where there wasn't light pollution, but it was a cloudy night, so I couldn't see anything. But but other than that, I've always lived in places that have excessive light pollution, so I've never seen the Milky Way before.
I see. It is really cool. I mean, the places I've been, I wasn't able to see it with my eyes, but my camera was able to see it, and it was just like it's really, really. It's you think it's clouds, but it's not. It's weird. It's hard to explain.
No, I understand.
Like,
it's
yeah.
The stars are so clustered, it looks milky.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, you look up, you go, oh, it's clouds, and you realize the stars in front of the clouds. And how does that work? And you realize, oh, that's the freaking Milky Way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how I that's literally the conversation in my head every time I see the Milky Way. I'm like, oh, it's just clouds. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. That's not clouds.
Yeah, I've never seen the Milky Way before. Wow, says the person you're seeing is Thomas Andrews, Alex. He's frustrated that you like the Queen Mary and not Titanic. Oh god.
Well, I mean, he loved the ship so much he literally went. Wait, he's the person that went down with the ship, right? Thomas Andrews.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved the ship so much he literally died with the ship. So, you're kind of like cursing his name by saying that and walking around on his creation.
And now I'm in his stateroom without his permission.
Even better.
Look at that fan.
That's pretty cool.
Apparently, Queen Mary still has a lot of like Queen Mary's fans look a lot like that one. Like quite literally, it looks very similar to that one. And she still has a lot of her fans. There's apparently a room in forward storage of the I want to say like B or C deck forward storage where the room is full of those fans.
I mean, the forward storage area that isn't weather controlled and has portholes that are open to the air.
Yes, indeedy.
Wonderful. Captain Smith also went down with the ship.
Yes.
I'm replying to a comment, sorry.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I didn't realize that they made some of these windows open and some of them closed. That's funny. This is one of my favorite places aboard Titanic. Among my favorite places, I should say. But it's because of all the marquetry paneling. But
I like the chocolate you can get. You know, the cookie chocolate with the same pattern. You ever got those before?
Oh, you're cooking chocolate?
Cookie.
The cookie? The
cookie.
checkerboard cookies?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. I would love to have furniture or something that has marquetry paneling like this. Art Deco more, is more my style, so I'd like it to look Art Deco-y, but I would love to have something like that as a furniture piece.
I mean, you can just do what everyone else has been doing, just steal from Queen Mary. People literally do every day. Well, I mean, not recently, but
well, yeah, I was gonna see if Jason or Steve would make something like that for me, but I'd have to pay them for it, but that would be like an exorbitant price.
It's gonna be really hard for them to do.
They've done it before. Jason showed me he made something similar. He made a chess table, and it had some kind of marquetry on it, and I was like, that's pretty good. But they could easily do stuff like that. Like, this isn't so hard, actually. What it really is you buy high quality woods, and then you cut them into shapes, and then you overlay them in such a way that their grains make this pattern. And you just
it's multiple layers.
Layers? No, I hope I'm saying this correctly. It's not layers. It's just that.
Multiple sections of wood that are glued together.
Sections of wood, yes. Multiple sections of wood that are glued together. And these ones are glued at 45-degree angles. So it's the same piece of wood. They just cut it into triangles, and then they glued it in 45-degree angles.
I see.
So it's technically not, like, hard to do if you're a carpenter. And it just takes time and, and patience. But yeah. So I know that Jason and Steve could do stuff like that. And eventually I want to see if what I can do is, like, I want to see if they can recreate for me one of Queen Mary's main lounge tables. They have these tiny little tables that are have a special curve to them. It's very Art Deco-y. And then they have the marquetry on it.
I see. People are saying the designs of that room, it's from Disneyland ice cream parlor. First I heard of that.
Disneyland's ice cream parlor used to look similar to that. Yeah.
Did it?
At one point it did in its history. it's been changed so many times over the years. But yeah, there was one time where the ice cream parlor looked kind of like that at Disneyland. I don't know if you remember it, Chris. It's back when they had the green elephant in the back.
Green elephant. What green elephant?
Oh, see, you don't remember. Yeah. So it never used to look like it does today, where you enter and it's just a counter in the back where you order. It's not like that. In the past, there was a tiny counter where you ordered your ice cream, but then you could go around, the counter, like imagine, yeah, like imagine where I'm standing on this game. You enter where that staircase is the counter where you order your ice cream. But then around the counter is a big wall, and you could get your ice cream. You can go back here, and you can sit down, and you can keep going till you get to the back of the shop. And at the back of the shop was the elephant. It was on top of a table in the middle of the room. It was a green elephant. I forget what it's made of. It's made of a real precious material. It's not just glass. It's like
oh, you mean the one you see in Jungle Cruise, right?
the one above the Jungle Cruise entry. Yeah, it used to be in the thing. It was a gift from the Prince of Monaco, and if you can imagine, Disney now has it sitting outside.
Wonderful.
How insulting, right? I think it's because somebody at Disney didn't realize that it was a gift from a prince. So they just thought, oh, what an interesting green glass elephant. They probably thought it was made of glass, but it's actually made of something else. It's made of like a
stone, probably.
I forget what it's made of. It's not stone necessarily. It's a thin crystal-like material. But yeah, it was a gift to Disneyland from the Prince of Monaco. And they displayed it in the ice cream parlor, and years and years and years and years went by, and it was finally time to redo the ice cream parlor, and the person who did that was like, let's move it to Jungle Cruise because it's an elephant and it makes more sense over there. But the whole point of the elephant going in that ice cream parlor was because the elephant represents good luck and good wealth.
I see.
Yeah, that's why it's green. That's why the elephant represents wealth. So, anyway, but here's the lift, Chris. You wanted me to come back in here?
Oh, we talked about it already. It was at the handle, but then we talked about it already.
Yeah, but you asked me to come back in, so I did.
Yeah, I'm done. Oh, hidden Mickey.
What?
Upside down. Right there, and almost in the middle, a little bit above your middle of the screen. See that?
I mean, that thing that looks like
a pine cone with ears? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a pine cone with ears. It's perfect. I was going to say it kind of reminds me of because it looks like two faces that are looking in opposite directions, but faces that are really deformed. Like they've got like boils and things all over their skin. But yeah, so there's the pedal that Chris and I were talking about on the floor, and I think we're both thinking now that it's a brake, and then the one up here is for operating the lift and getting it to go up and down. And because it wasn't computer controlled and they had to make sure they stopped precisely at level with the floor, they would use the brake to make sure they stopped perfectly at level. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Probably.
Which I think also explains why when Rose burst into the elevator, she needed the lift operator to take her, because it was kind of a skill, The
operator had a handle. You see, it was like a little lever you pulled at waist level. It's completely different from this.
Yeah, that makes sense because I've seen those old elevators, and yes, that whoever said that is right. There is usually a lever at waist level, but the lever in the other elevator, the second class elevator, is right up here, This one is like way up here.
High.
It is too high, but the funny thing is that's the only lever in this entire elevator car.
Yeah.
That's the only one. And that foot pedestal, that has to be the brake. So here's a fun fact for everybody. Oh, what?
Maybe you press it and you bring the handle down, which then you can control the elevator.
Yeah.
This is new levels of conspiracy theories here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. But fun fact for everybody, on the Queen Mary, all the elevators were button activated, kind of like modern elevators, but they still had lift attendants to do the button pushing for you. Because that was just part of the Cunard luxury.
That's crazy because elevators are tiny. They're really small. You can fit 4 people in there and it gets packed.
Yeah, but it's not like today we're used to like packing an elevator with like 8 people. But back then, the elevator ride was just for you. So you'd wait for the elevator. The lift operator would allow you and your party in, and if you felt gracious enough to let other people in, then you could. But it was just for you and your party. It wasn't like today where just everybody crowds into an elevator and then like farts in each other's faces, you know.
It doesn't become like a mini Finding Nemo submarine experience, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that ride is so stinky.
Well, that's basically the whole ship, was it not?
No, but we went a lot of places. I can't go to the whole ship or else it'll take forever. But yeah, I do need to end the live stream. So, anywho, folks, I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I'm sorry that our video, for our faces didn't work. It's so, this software, I just wish there was stuff that was more user friendly. But anyway, so yeah, thank you all for watching. Lots of new videos to come, and I'll see you guys on Sunday for tea time. Thank you for joining me, Chris, by the way.
He dragged me here by my will.
Yes.
Against my will.
I dragged you here against your will. I'm just gonna stop the stream now.
Please send help.